Are you looking for the best flooring nailers in your budget? Well, in today's video we break down the top 5 best flooring nailers that are available on the market. I made this list based on their price, quality, durability, and more. To find out more information about this product, you can check out the description below, and also make sure you subscribe for more reviews. Okay, so let's get started with the video. The 5th product on our list is the NuMax SFL618 3-in-1 Pneumatic Flooring Stapler Nailer. The first thing we noticed about the NuMax SFL618 was that we could load pretty much anything into it and have it fire off reliably. That's a big bonus for professionals. Although it wasn't quite as robust as the Bostitch or DeWalt models which we tested out, it also came in at a great price. Remember to factor in the cost of the compressor if you don't already own one when you're picking it up. We'll recommend a good compressor at the end of these reviews. Our favorite part about this one is undoubtedly its consistency. However, we didn't experience any jams, and as long as we were running a constant air pressure, there was nothing stopping us from repeatedly hitting the tongue and watching things go in nice and smooth. The main problem we found was with the handle. It seemed to want to slip after the first 20 or so nails, but a bit of duct tape wrapped around it held it in place nice and tight for the rest of our testing. We'd also strongly recommend applying oil between magazines, which may have been why we didn't have any issues with jamming. Up next in the 4th place is the Freeman PF18GLC and 18-gauge Cleat Flooring Nailer. When we saw the price tag on this one, we were a bit floored, but we also wanted to make sure that we had something which was specialized for more exotic woods to offer you. The expense is well worth it for those who are putting down bamboo, teak, or cherry wood. You'll end up spending more replacing broken planks than you would if you decide to use something cheap. This one only drives L cleats, so keep that in mind when you're loading up for your project. On the other hand, when we tested on the cherry wood flooring we had around it performed quite admirably. Nothing broke and they stayed well fastened to the thick plywood which we used as an approximation of the subflooring. Our favorite feature was how light of a touch was needed on the trigger. While some of the pneumatic models we tested still needed a firm strike, the fiberglass mallet which came with this one went straight in with no issues. Apart from the expense, there's really not a lot wrong with it for its intended purpose. It drives 18-gauge L cleats cleanly and accurately, and it even came with 3 different base plates for different sizes of planks rather than the usual 1 or 2. The 3rd product on our list is the DeWalt DWFP12569 2-in-1 flooring tool. Anytime we talk about tools, it's likely that DeWalt is going to show up. While they may not do anything the best, they do just about everything great. Their tools also have a reputation for toughness, which makes them perfect for everyday use in a professional capacity. That's why we weren't surprised when it impressed in field use. In addition to being able to be used with both staples and L cleats, it was undoubtedly the toughest of the pneumatic models which we ran through our testing process. It's a relatively simple device, with less quality of life features than could be found in more specialized models like the Freeman products we reviewed, but that actually ends up working out pretty well. In the end, it will be a lot more durable and last for longer than most of those that made our list. It is rather expensive for someone who only plans on doing a room or 2 in their home and letting it collect dust in the garage, but overall it still made the list. We just recommend going with our favorite for those who are only looking to do their own floors. Second on our list is the Freeman PFL618BR 3-in-1 Pneumatic Flooring Nailer. 3-in-1 magazines offer a lot more options than you get with most nailers. That's a pretty awesome deal, but we found this one was probably too expensive for the average household's usage. If you're a professional who works with others and never wants to get turned down for cleats or staples, it's a great option. If we're being honest here, Freeman seems to make some of the best floor nailers on the planet. That's why you're going to keep seeing their name come up as this article goes on. We're not sure if they're quite as tough as a DeWalt or Bostitch, but they're reliable and tend to come in specialized configurations. The entire thing is constructed of high-grade aluminum with a steel base plate. We did find one flaw. The steel used in the base plate is a bit softer than we'd have personally used, and it scratched up while we were doing some repeated tests with the engineered wood used. On the other hand, it still comes in at quite a bit less than the DeWalt we reviewed. It also had a bit more recoil than we expected, so make sure to hold it tight before you try ramping the air up too much. Finally, the top product on our list is the Bostitch MIIIFN15 divided by 2 to 2-inch pneumatic flooring nailer. Bostitch is basically royalty when it comes to any kind of nailer, and their high-end MIIIFN is probably the best L-shaped driver we tested. It's high quality, it can take a hit, and it required the lightest touch of all of the flooring nailers we tested. It's hard to compare the build quality on this one to anything but the DeWalt option which we tried, while all of the ones we tested were fairly rugged. The extra care that's gone into this one is pretty impressive. It's also prohibitively expensive for the average DIYer, and even professionals might have some trouble justifying the cost. This is one of those tools which you may want to consider just renting if you don't have a need for it on a daily basis. You won't regret it if you do, however, since Bostitch is still the industry standard. It's also easily repaired due to only having a few moving parts. Oddly, it did have the least comfortable handle out of those we tested. On the other hand, we're not quite sure how long the usual foam covers would actually last in the field, and the hardened rubber sitting atop this model might be just the thing for a professional. Thanks for watching, and that's all for now, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Till next time.